What's up, guys? This is Big E at Big E's Car Garage coming to you today. I got a special guest, but before we get into who this guest is and I pan in on him, I need you guys to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. So today, me and my special guest are out here in Ennis, Texas at the No Prep Kings Elite Final, and we're gonna bring you guys some footage. So you guys want to know who this is? So let me just get to it. Who do we have over here? All right, guys, this is my brother Josh. Go check out his YouTube channel, JReed Love of Cars. Big YouTuber, big car enthusiast. We usually hit the track together. Today we're out here, we're gonna watch some racing. But before we get ready to go in the gates, we just wanted to sit here and have a little brief discussion about what NPK has looked like this year and some other things. One of the biggest things that we said is it losing interest simply because it's not on TV? When something is not on TV and I'm not watching it every week, sometimes I lose interest, but I really don't lose interest in car racing. But again, this year, I feel like more involved in NHRA car racing. So I'm just gonna go over to my brother a little bit and get his thoughts. I feel like I probably know, but we're gonna see what he says. What do you think, Josh?
I think in general, folks done lost interest for the same reason that you said, because it's not on TV, out of sight, out of mind. And people don't follow everybody. You can't follow all of these people on YouTube and their YouTube channels. You probably follow one or two, unless you that deep into it. I only really follow one, to tell you the truth. And so I don't know what everybody else is doing. I don't know what they've done to their cars. I don't know if they have a new car. I don't know nothing. But since it's here and we normally go to it, we went this year. And here we are. And I can tell you already, it looks like it's a lower turnout than what it has normally been. But it is what it is. It's all about what you make of it.
He's got a point. I told him on our way out here, I said, it's pretty bad when we show up when usually we know NPK racing like the back of our hands, but this year we can't even really tell you who's leading the points. And even though we're a little bit early, the parking lot is pretty slim, not like the big turnout in the past, but again, it's early, so you never know who's gonna stay, or who's gonna show up. So like my brother mentioned a minute ago, we talked about the drivers. We know most of the drivers, but cars, these guys are showing up with new cars. That takes a little bit to get used to as far as who's got new cars. Do you think most of the guys that have new cars are staying with the same model and type of cars, or going different from what you've seen?
I think they stand with the same model, the same car, because it's kind of their brand. But as usual, I'm sure they switched up combos. I mean, you got to switch up combos to keep it interesting, and especially with how tight the competition is, you want to keep getting that edge. But I'll be curious to see. But like I said, I haven't been keeping up with it that much to even know, what combo they are running. But I guess we'll find out today when we walk the pits.
As we were headed up to get our wristbands, we saw Kyle Kelly's trailer, and I just do know this from keeping up with it. I know Kyle Kelly, you talk about staying with the same chassis and stuff, so he went from Jangalang back to a Camaro, but he did stay with the screw blower, so that's one of the things I see on his new car. Back to the Camaro, has a screw blower. Seems like a lot of the guys are getting away from the Pro Charger setup and going to a screw blower setup. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that seems to be the ticket. That the old screw blower. And Kyle Kelly is actually one of the ones I follow, so he definitely been going back and forth with cars. So if he's here, I don't remember seeing his trailer, but if he's here, I think it'll be cool to see him run, because seems like a cool dude.
Now you guys, we talk about same cars and stuff. So Scott Taylor is another one this year. I think he actually switched over to, I believe, a Camaro. He had what was it, John Doe and Track Doe, both Oldsmobile cars. So now he's got the Chevrolet Camaro, and I feel like a part of that, he saw how good Ryan Martin's car was running. So, and speaking of Ryan, he's not going anywhere from the Chevy Camaro. I'm sure he'll be out here this weekend. That's going to be interesting to watch. The thing about it here in Texas, we were just sitting here saying too, it's almost November and it's still 87 and 90 degrees outside. It's hot. So we know when it's hot outside, it's going to play a part in these cars. Sometimes you're not running the same numbers. That's the same thing with our cars. We enjoy going to the track, when it's cool outside, because we know our cars are going to make better numbers and run better. the harder it is, seems like the numbers are off. But it's good, you know, if you're into racing, you keep your time slips, you compare those numbers because you can see what your car is doing at certain times of the year. What do you think about that, Josh?
Yeah, definitely 100%. It is hot as hell out here. For it to only be, somebody got on it. Stinky. For it to be 82 degrees, just a hot ass 82 degrees. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't wait to get my car back so I can take it out, because normally we run in 100-degree weather.
True.
So to be able to run in like 80-degree weather, I'm curious to see how much I pick up.
You know, like he said, it is hot as hell. Speaking of our cars, he and I are both going through a little bit of something right now. His car a little bit more than mine. I'll get him to tell you what's going on with his car. But the Dark Horse GT Mustang, I've had it in my garage the last couple of nights, and I noticed a squeal one day, and I was pretty sure it was coming from the supercharger belt. And of course, I have the Vortec V3 unit on my car. But here's the thing. Why would you make a head unit where you have to remove the supercharger just to replace the belt? So that's what I've been tackling the last 2 nights. You do have one spacer up by the alternator on that unit that you can remove and get some of the belt out. But in order to get the entire belt from routed around the whole unit, there's another spacer that's actually made to the bottom bracket. So you do have to pull that off. But I did find a little trick. There was one bolt I could leave in the mounting plate, loosen it, pull the supercharger out away from the engine, and I was able to snake the belt through it. Now, still not to say it wasn't a pain in the you-know-what. I got it done, but at least by myself, I didn't have to wrestle the supercharger back on and get everything lined up. It just kind of gave me nightmares, and, you know, to the thought, he and I spent a Saturday putting the whole supercharger on my car, so this time I basically had to remove it by myself. And the other thing that makes it tough is I have to get underneath the car just to release the tension off of the belt and route it back around, which is, again, hard to do by yourself. So Josh, what's going on with the Vet, and why haven't you been at the track with it lately?
Man, I heard some knocking underneath. You know, anytime you hear some knocking, that ain't gonna never be good. But it's not the engine. I think it's the torque tube. You know, that car is old, 2010. You know, it's got a little power under it. So I think I done wore out the bearings or the bushings in the torque tube. So it's in the shop, getting pulled apart to see exactly what it is. Hopefully that's all it is. I mean, it's still expensive to get fixed, but at least the part itself, the bushings and the bearings, aren't that expensive.
Guys, you know, when you get into these cars, it's never cheap. So, you know, I try to pride myself on doing all of my work myself. But like in his case, you know, something that's a little bit tougher, you have to break down and take it to the shop sometimes. And of course, that always means money. I tell people that's getting into racing or just want to upgrade your cars, you can't just expect to drop 1,000 horsepower motor in a stock car and expect it to hold up. I tell people a lot of times where your money comes from is the more power you make, it's all your supporting items that where the cost comes in. Drive shafts, axles, transmissions, different things like that. So again, you don't just throw 1,000 horsepower at a car and not expect something else to break. It's all of the upgrades that come, you know, and that cost, because everything you do to go a little bit faster, handle a little bit better, it costs you just extra parts. Am I lying about that?
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, I ain't got 1,000 horsepower, but you find out very quickly what the more horsepower you put in the car, the quicker you find out what the weak parts are in the rest of the car.
Now this man should know, I just have the Dark Horse GT Mustang. He actually has 2, so he has his Corvette, and also he has Scoot, a little Honda Civic he's been working on. It's turbocharged. What about it?
Yeah, that little monster, that little thing is actually probably the most fun to drive. I mean, it may be making 300, 350 horsepower or whatever, but it's only like 2,400 pounds. So, you know, it's fun. It's a stick shift. So it's kind of, everything is manual about it. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like it's angry when you're running it. And it feels like it's going to fall apart at any moment. So
now guys, the little Honda, I have rode in it before and it's quick, but I keep telling him it cannot handle the Dark Horse GT. I think we might have to put a little wager on it and get out on the streets and see what happens. He keeps saying he can outrun me, but I don't know. So you really think Scoot can get the Mustang GT?
No, I would run through that Mustang. I would run through it. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
That's 20 pounds of boost. 20 pounds of boost. I'm gonna run through them.
Guys, I've been telling him while he's shifting, he's already looking at my tail light. So once we have that little shootout, I'm gonna come back to you and let you know how it goes. And we'll probably make a video on that too. So guys, anyway, we were just sitting out here at the No Prep Elite race, getting ready to go in. We're probably fixing to head through the gates here in a little bit. Again, it's hot and sunny here in Texas, right here at Halloween time. Definitely not the weather I want to see this time of year. It should be fall, cool weather, maybe some light jackets on. But we just wanted to bring you a little quick video while we sit out here and wait. We plan to have a good time today. Again, you guys, I thank you for watching this channel. You need to be sure and head over to my brother's channel on YouTube. Big YouTuber, JReed Love of Cars, all kinds of car content. I'm plugging him, so maybe he'll plug me. Any final thoughts before we get ready to head in here in the gate?
No, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing at all. Let's do it.
I guess let's do it. Hey guys, before we check out again, if you have not hit that like and subscribe button, be sure and do that now. This is Big E's Car Garage. I'm always bringing you some kind of content on cars, how to do something. Just like today, some content from the races. I didn't get a chance to make the NHRA race a couple of weeks ago here, but we are back out here now in Ennis, Texas at the No Prep Kings race. So we're gonna get in here and get ready to check out some racing. I'm gonna bring you some footage. Check out some of my other videos around this same topic. And guys, you have a good day. Peace.